was just standing there, menacingly.
All right. And they have to make an adjustment. Maybe not. It might be okay. Alright. We're gonna see how this goes. Settings. Turn up desync. Help or hinder. Having this skylight above me makes me really look washed out, pale. I mean, I'm pale anyway, but still. Alright. Alright. We'll see how this goes. Fans of the strange world of Innsmouth, but we recognize the problematic beliefs of H.P. Lovecraft. This game has been produced by a group of people who believe in inclusion and equality. Right, fair enough. Your progress in the story will be saved at the end of each chapter. There are 35 chapters in total. At the end of a chapter, the screen fades to black and a green save icon appears at the bottom right of the screen. We recommend always end the game after such a save point to make sure none of your progress is lost. Fair enough. Boston, 21st of September. The last rays of sunshine filter through the blinds of your empty office. The pathetic stench of whiskey, cold cigarette smoke, and canned ravioli fills the air. The screeching tires and constant beeping of car horns out there on the street tell you that it's gone 8 p.m. People are on their way home, finishing their day. You should join them. You decide to stay at your desk. Your day was long and frustrating. You're running out of ideas on how to handle the calls of people who want money from you. A cold shiver runs down your spine as you flick through a pile of unpaid bills. Top of the pile is a reminder from your landlady you're 2 months behind on the rent. Okay. The next one is a 3-figure invoice from a games company for in-app purchases. You tried to claim them as business expenses in your last investigation. Somehow your client refused to pay. Then there's the second reminder from your internet provider threatening to cut off your connection. You might take legal action because without the internet you can't work or live. Facts. You really need a little fresh air. Jerk open the blinds. Amongst the dust, the last rays of light shine into your eyes like a laser sight in a spy film. It takes a few seconds for your eyes to adjust. Your gaze settles on the horns and hooves of pub across the street. How many simple jobs this dive has given you? Jealous wives whose husbands you had to spy on. All you had to do was lie and wait at the window and take pictures of them coming out of the dirtiest hole in town. Close the window before you see anyone you know. Breathe a deep sigh. It may not have been a successful day. At least it's over. You're looking forward to a classic Friday night, watching old mystery series at home. In sweatpants and getting drunk on cheap booze. Wait. Sorry, but that music is way too loud. Suddenly hear someone at the door. The door slowly cracks open with a timid creak. Unknown guest pauses. Then, in a breathy and melodic tone, you hear a woman utter, "Hello?" Your insides cramp. You suddenly realize that you haven't cleaned your office at all this year. You quickly try to clean up. Wait a minute, wait! You shout in a pitch that is at least 2 octaves higher than intended. There's no time to pick up all the crumpled pieces of paper on the floor. You gaze across the total mess on your desk. A weird, undefinable crust is formed on the wood. You never noticed that before. Try to hide it by putting some unpaid bills over them. They get stuck immediately. Nice. The light at the desk lamp, nothing more than a silhouette. A breathtaking woman lights up your office. No doubt older than 40, maybe even 50, hard to say. Clad in black, skin-tight dress, culminating in a French word that seems to defy the laws of gravity. Guessing bosom? I don't know. Cleavage? I don't know. Smoky eyeshadow as dark as algae washed ashore. Blonde, coiffed, wavy hair under a dark beret. Faint light of the setting sun catches in the strands of her hair, and you wonder how many heads this woman must have turned during her prime. Completely different from your usual customers, nervous bankers with sweat stains under their armpits, convinced their wives have something going with the mailman. Every move she makes is calculated grace. Smooth as an eel, she walks towards you and sits down on the corner of your desk. Probably wouldn't do that if I were you. Determined, she walks toward you and sits down on the corner of your desk. A little bold. She's a little bold. Without asking you first, but as a professional, you're not giving anything away. Seems to want to play the seductive damsel in distress. The quiet, amused voice of your subconscious is pleased that the stranger may be sharing your enthusiasm. Film noir cliché. Our louder voice is surprised that this woman seems to think that a sexy pose and revealing clothes could win you over. Probably will. And both voices agree that they don't like being manipulated. Don't think the stranger perched on your table is trying to recover from a hard-working day as a lingerie model. Therefore, you see no logical reason for her behavior. She begins to speak. Her voice is smoky and full of promise. My name is Dahlia Marsh. Looking for a private investigator. I was told you are one of the best. Debatable. She extends her hand. Kiss her hand and waggle your eyebrows in the same manner you've seen so often in those classic movies. The woman moves in higher circles and is used to luxury. You can tell by the strong smell of caviar she gives off. Play this right, you might even be able to increase the fee for this case. I don't want to push my luck. Get down to business. About my daughter Tabitha. She has disappeared. Pulling out paper and pencil. This is going to be a walk in the park. Walk in the kidnapped kids park. Well, when did you last see her and where? The woman puts on a fake smile. We live in Innsmouth, a small port town north of Arkham. This is a bit vague. What was your child doing when you last saw her? What hobbies does she have? Oh, you know, kid stuff. They just run around and play with their yo-yos, that sort of thing. Dahlia nervously combs her hands through her hair. Friends. What about her father? What does your daughter look like? Only 8, sweetest girl you can imagine. She's been missing without a trace since last week. None of her schoolmates have seen her. No one knows where she might have gone. Hand you a photo. Look, my little munchkin. Okay. Good heavens, is this supposed to be a joke? Is that really the face of a child or a shoddy photo edit? Being filmed as part of a reality TV show? A bit of stomach acid and the last bite of lunch slowly but surely make their way up into the back of your mouth. Swallow it. Narrow eyes, you swallow the vial and involuntarily pull a face. Dahlia continues to lift hopefully. She obviously didn't notice your little mishap. That was close. That could have been unpleasant. I'm so desperate. Her eyes locked with yours. Not her father. about Tabitha's father? Separated, often children reappear with family. Dahlia smiles sadly. My little one can't swim well enough for that yet. Pen remains on the same spot on the notepad. What was that supposed to mean? Dahlia is about to continue. Dahlia turns her gaze away from you and looks dreamily, longingly out the window. Father was a fisherman, like most in the village. 2 years ago, he went out to the sea and never returned. The boat was washed ashore weeks later. Colleagues told me that he had finally followed the call of the waves. Be quiet for a moment. Deceased family members are always asleep. My sincere condolences. Calm. Oh, somehow I always knew that moment would come. I think my husband is in a better place now. Some point, I'll join him. Take a closer look at Dahlia's outfit. Judging by her behavior and clothes, you never would have taken her. Fisherman. Inquire about. Forgive me for asking, but what do you do for a living? Dahlia's jaw tenses. I work in Innsmouth's tourism department. Why do you ask? A widowed single mom, you're surprisingly well dressed. You seem like someone handing out holiday brochures. In her own well, honest way, Dahlia stares daggers at you, poison-soaked, stabby daggers. What are you implying? She squeezes out between tightly clenched teeth. Well, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Take it easy. I'm just saying that a woman like you, of high standing, that they're, hard for you to talk your way out of this while Dahlia stares daggers at you. Poison-soaked daggers. I mean, excuse me, I really didn't mean to insult you. Your visitor rolls her eyes and makes a dismissive gesture. The noose that had wound around your neck begins to loosen. Dahlia nervously combs her hands in her hair. Your daughter have any friends she might be staying with? Classmates, sports club members, anything like that? Dahlia silently shakes her head. Very strange. You're about to ask if the girl at least had an imaginary friend, but you hold back. What, yo-yos? Can you hear that? It's the 90s calling. They want their outdated toys back. Dahlia blushes. Normally you would find this quite attractive. Case of the missing girl back in. Utterly unconvinced by the way this woman pretends to be a mother. This lady probably won't win the Mother of the Year award, but that's not your problem. She seems to have money. Profit from it. You should probably go easy on her. Dahlia nervously. I have no further questions. I have no further questions. You mumble. More to yourself than her. Dahlia stretches her neck imperceptibly. No doubt she would like to take a look at your notebook. The pen hovers over the notes. Missing daughter, Haji later. That's it. Worked with less. Are you going to take the case or not? Oh, yeah. A missing persons case, nothing unusual. Conventional little girl runs away from home after reading her first romance novel. Usually they hide at the edge of the forest or in a library. Should be pretty straightforward. Before you can say anything, she drops a photo of the child and a roll of bills on your desk. For your expenses. Nod slowly, trying not to drool down the front of your shirt. You haven't seen this much money in ages. Alright. Don't have much time to prepare. Quick search reveals that only one bus goes to Innsmouth once a day. Pattern emerges in your research. News items related to this little coastal town are all about missing persons. In addition, you find some rather old-fashioned articles that praise the coastal town as a secret holiday destination. Best fish, untouched beach promenade, authentic fishing people are the recurring buzzwords. Dahlia has given you the address at which you're supposed to drop off her daughter as soon as you find her. She also wrote down her phone number on the child's photo. Take another look at the picture before you act for things. Give me just 1 second. That was a message from my son. Alright. Take another look at the picture before you pack your thing. Next morning, you travel. Should I hitchhike or should I take the bus? Alright, we'll go by bus. Austin, 22nd of September. The journey begins at a busy bus station. It's supposed to be a bus line that departs from here to Innsmouth. Buses, you think to yourself, are not only an environmentally friendly means of transportation, they're also easy on your wallet. Sadly, the departure boards aren't of much help. New York, Maine, Rhode Island, no trace of Innsmouth as a destination. Wander around for a while until you notice a cleaner sandwich on the side of one of the vending. Excuse me, where can I find the bus to Innsmouth? Without letting go of his sandwich, Peter points to an abandoned counter in the dingiest corner at a public bus station capable of, and gives you a nod indicating that anything that can be said has been said. You find that the counter is elaborately decorated with cobwebs, yet early for Halloween preparations. Someone's made an effort. At the moment, nobody seems to be there. Press your face against the plastic window to peer into the room behind. Hello? Pardon me? causing my stream deck to keep cutting on and off on the cord. I think my microphone was muted for that last little bit. Oops. Fish the photo of the missing girl from the inside pocket of your coat. Tabitha Marsh has been missing for days. I think she may be hiding with friends. You seen her? Looks at the Polaroid photo, then slowly shakes his head. Dead end. Photo back in the inside pocket of your jacket. All talk has been gruelingly slow, so you decide to let it go. Right, it's taking forever. Bus leaves the country road and turns off at a wooden sign that says Innsmouth in red flaky letters. Journey continues rather bumpily along a narrow dirt road littered with numerous potholes. In the distance, some houses are already visible, seagulls circling the roofs, the outermost edge of the city. Slowly, all passengers take their bags out from under their seats and get ready. But curious, you look through the side window. That's odd. The bus passes by a huge... What is this? A scrapyard? Parking lot? Why would something like this be here right outside the city? Past another wooden sign whose half-peeled writing advertises the Innsmouth Park and Ride area. A lot of cars look like they've been sitting here for years. Sand covers some of the bonnets and windscreens. Front door of the bus opens with a squeak, and you join the monotonous line of locals stepping out of the bus as if in a daze. Almost walking in step, you all get closer to the exit. As you walk down the steps, you have to protect your eyes from the sunlight. Turns out the windows of the bus were tinted. The other passengers shuffle off. Finally, Innsmouth. You examine your surroundings, stretch your legs, trying to unwind from your stressful journey. No artist could have adequately captured the serenity and beauty of this place. Clear blue sky lights up the town square, paved with bright limestone and surrounded by neo-colonial buildings reminiscent of 19th century New England. Fresh sea breeze, crying seagulls, and locals going about their business. Enter the square, water trickles from a fountain. Stretch your limbs and breathe in the clean air. You're suddenly startled by the water feature right in front of you. The fountain is an enormous fish-like grass creature, open jaw lined with shark-like fangs, spouts brackish water down its massive, inhumanly contorted body. As if that wasn't enough, there appear to be human bodies squirming underneath its massive claws. Faces are as contorted as yours is right now. How long have you been standing here? Eyes wide open in shock, literally paralyzed. You start to scan the town square and notice more and more disturbing details. In every corner, you spot ornamental statues, leaves of fish. These are not your classic, harmless kind of fish. These are pagan symbols and grimaces of supernatural creatures from the darkest crevasses of the deep sea. Surrounding houses, faces pressed against the windows, all the locals appear to be watching. Suddenly start to think the cries of the seagulls sound particularly human-like. They sound like humans crying out. What happened to the idyllic scene from a few moments ago? Welcome to Innsmouth. Welcome to Innsmouth. How nice of you to visit. A tall elderly woman waves at you from afar. Beams at you as if you were her long-lost grandchild. Very different to the boy you met so far on the bus into town. Squealing shakes you out of your nightmarish panic. So good to have you here. I've noticed you're very taken by our local fountain. Built in 1704 by Abdul Necrotus, favorite artist and friend of Charles Dexter Tillinghast, founder of Innsmouth. The little figure was a present supposed to commemorate their travels together to Cairo. You clearly see the Egyptian influence in the Necrotus work, here and here. Points wildly in every direction, and here. but I'm sure you've already noticed this yourself. You look like someone who knows his way around art, she says with a wide smile. You're still in shock. Pardon me. Another sip of water. He beams at you. Who the hell are you? Oh, have I not introduced myself? I'm ever so sorry. In front of you now stands a small, plump person in a tasteless costume. Her rudeness doesn't seem to curb her enthusiasm in the slightest. My name is Muriel Pooping Place, the director of the Parks Commission, chief tourism officer, and head of the welcoming committee. Ta-da! Behind Muriel, there's a ramshackle wooden information stand lovingly decorated with balloons. A colorful painted sign reads, "Welcome to Innsmouth." Muriel tiptoes over to her information stand and picks up a whole load of flyers, leaflets, rickety display cases. She looks down at all the paper in her arms and briefly shrieks with laughter. My goodness, why don't you take this city map to begin with? Useful. Take the map and put it in your coat pocket. Would you like to find out more about our wonderful town, which has been awarded the East Coast Stunning Town Award for several years in a row? Actually, I'm looking for someone. Here I am. The small, plump woman starts giggling. Innsmouth welcomes you warmly. So you're looking for someone? Not that uncommon for two lonely hearts to find one another in this romantic place. Hey, I'm looking for this girl. It's always about a girl, isn't it? Tabitha Marsh, 8 years old. Her mother asked me to take on the cake. I got the photo and Muriel immediately rips it out of your hand. Oh, what a cutie. But I'm sorry to say I've not heard anything about missing girls. How awful. This sort of thing doesn't happen in Innsmouth. Perhaps you can have a look around on the playground. There are a lot of kids around there. I'm sure that's where the little one will be. With an unnaturally wide grin, she hands back the photo. Turns around quickly and makes her way over to accost another tourist's family. Then further into town, along the cobbled road in the direction of the coast. Not long ago, the sun was bright in the sky, but already the first wafts of mist are creeping into the street. Randomly. You head further into town, along the cobbled road in the direction of the coast. Not long ago, the sun was bright in the sky, but already the first wafts of mist are the air feels thicker, and the sun can no longer penetrate the fog. Time to think about where you want to go. Slow down, lean your briefcase against the wall, and start pacing up and down the quiet alleyway. You've got an important choice to make right now. The city center is in the north. Even from afar, you can see the outlines of the old, ornately decorated buildings of the main town square. Here, you should find the police station, the main shopping street, and, of course, the town hall. Coastal town, Innsmouth also has a harbor. Your research found out that it's a bustling area with a dreamy beach. You expect there to be mostly tourists. According to your research, the only hotel in town, the Gilman Hotel, is located in the old town. Think about checking in, with freshening up and getting rid of that bus smell that is still clinging to your clothes. Just as you're about to set off, your heart leaps in your throat. Got in your briefcase. Never happened. Usually take good care of the little nest. Nothing you can do about this now. You'll have to wait until your return journey to find out whether someone has handed it in to Lost and Found. Still, I swear the briefcase was already gone when you got off the bus. Go to the hotel. Recognize its roof from afar, and after a long walk, it is now before you in full splendor. Gilman Hotel. used to see that it was a glorious, gorgeous building. The hotel resembled a country estate, present state, suited as a setting for a very predictable film about teenagers and chainsaw killers. Piled and withered ivy has a firm grip on the walls and tells a decorated facade. A gallery of gargoyles melted in real shapes by acid rain and acidic pigeons dropping lines of many window panes have been neglected for years. Places in a small area have been wiped outside. There are 2 cars in the parking lot, a vintage car with large rust spots, and a large gray van. The kind of van you've always been warned about as a child. Look around again just to make sure that the people in the cars aren't hiding somewhere. There's a shotgun at the ready. The coast is clear. First, you walk over to the antique car. Well, you're not a car expert, but the car looks antique anyway. Both seats inside are made of white leather, a bit tacky. Turn away from the antique car and look toward the van. No writing on the side, a regular registration plate. Windows in the front blacked out. The van into which poor Tabitha had been pulled when she was kidnapped. Lured to her awful fate by sweet lollipops. That sounds completely plausible. Of course, it all makes sense. In all likelihood, you've just managed to find the actual kidnapper. Just all that is evil and wrong in this case. All you had to do was book a hotel room, compare cars. You're natural. All you plan, Stan. Get with the boot. Of course, whatever it is you're looking for must be in the back of the van. Excitedly, walk around the van. Sadly, the door is not open. It would have been truly lucky. Full of optimism, try the handle to see if the door has been left unlocked. Noticeable resistance. Turn the handle. Next. Won't get in without the car key. Stayed in this parking lot long enough. Don't want anyone else to call the police. Maybe you should just go and book your room. Really hope the inside of the hotel has been looked after a little better than the outside, but you're quickly disabused of that notion. Massive wooden door is difficult to open. Shouldn't the staff be doing this anyway? A loud creaking sound from hinges, exhausted puffing and panting on your part. Open the door and enter the lobby. I wonder if guests are even welcome in this place. The room is sparsely lit. There are impressive chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, which, if working, perhaps not quite give the grand hall back its original splendor, but at least convey more warmth. First steps tell you that there are rotten floorboards hiding under the thick carpet. Green wall paneling and wallpaper also appear rotten and of wet. Yourself be distracted by the questionable interior design and the associated health issues. On purpose, perception. A small greenish creature stands behind the counter. Loudly humming ceiling lamp above harshly illuminates his silhouette, gives his face hard edges. You can make out every individual speck of dust and dandruff on its dark green velvet collar and crooked shoulders. Maybe they should be dimming the lights after all. The figure smiles at you, or perhaps it's more of a grin. His face unsettles you. You lean forward at an angle to get a better look at him. The corners of his mouth reach all the way up to his dried up ears. His smile looks like it's painted on. Beady eyes lie deep in the cavity of his skull and seem to stare into opposite directions. Has he even blinked yet? On top of it all, he smells funny. May I help? You're startled and take a step back. Welcome to the Gilman Hotel. My name is Cornelius Gilman III. May I be of service to you? The man's gaze remains unchanged, and his unnatural smile still etched in his face. So surprised that he can talk with that expression on his face. Just a moment ago, you could have sworn he was an inanimate puppet. Like now, when he's not speaking. I would like to book a room, please. I would like to book a room. And managed not to blurt out in a different hotel. Perfect. The Gilman Hotel is delighted to be able to welcome you as its guest. May I ask whether you're in Innsmouth for business or pleasure? long will you be staying with us? Do you prefer a view toward the beach or the skyline of our exciting town? When would you like to be woken up? Weekly? Are you traveling alone? Do you have family? Who knows that you're here? Can I interest you in our spa, fitness, and wellness activities? Would you like to subscribe to our newsletter? Are you going to steal my kidneys while I sleep? How long can you hold your breath? Funny story, I've been able to breathe underwater since I was a child. We done now? Can I go to my room? The concierge's expression did not change a tiny bit for the duration of the conversation, let alone did he blink. Very much. That was all I needed to know. Now all you need to do is sign here. He tilts his strangely shaped head over to the guest register. Noob Slayer. Yep. Sadly, we're all booked up. Only one spare room. Here's your key for room 666. Enjoy your stay. Look at the key, which magically appeared on the counter. Your eyes slowly wander past the panel on the wall. Countless other keys. Look at a golden panel to the out of the different rooms. 666. There it is, 4th floor, left wing of the building. Walk up the stairs to the upper floors. You can still feel the eyes of the concierge panting. Finally reach the floor. Almost endless corridor spreads out in front of you. At the other end, you see a figure who seems to be as lost as you are. Didn't the building look much smaller from the outside? Didn't the building look much smaller from the outside? You walk down the corridor when you notice a figure approaching you. Your brain is mentally preparing itself for benign hotel small talk. Wait, it's you! You walk a bit further and realize you're standing in front of a mirror. That's why the corridor looks so vast. The mirror marks the port. According to the room numbers, your room should be further on the left, the corridor towards the right. A small yellow sign on the floor. Maintenance. What do you want to do? Oh, you're here already. Might as well. Launch to the other wing of the building. The corridor winds around several corners of the building. Start to wonder what on earth you're doing. Step onto something hard. Clicking sound makes you stop in your tracks. Kneel down to look at the glinting thing on the floor. Instead of keys. Several keys on a metal ring, including a hotel key, the exact same curved shape as yours, and a car key with a black plastic cap. Someone must have dropped it. But the key hadn't been spotted before. The red and yellow pattern of the carpet was the perfect camouflage. The key seems to have been the only thing. Grave 237, conveniently precisely the door in front of which you're standing. All your cases are that easy to solve. Now return the key to the guest and have a good laugh about it all. Or, just in case they're not there, you might have a little look around the room. Initiative is just one of your many great qualities. You unlock the door. In your mind, you're still trying to come up with excuses in case there's someone in the room. Only one glance at the state of the room is enough to dispel these worries. The room is completely dark, not because the shutters are drawn, but because all the windows are plastered with several layers of newspaper clippings. Paranoid FBI agents stay here? The smell of something that's been lying in the sun for too long creeps into your nostrils. All this has intrigued you even more. You flip the light switch and shut the door behind you. 2 of the 3 ceiling lamps have burned out. The remaining bulb is flickering and doing its best. Every step you take, your shoes come off the floor with a squelching sound. You don't even want to know what's sticking to the floor. Dead cans lie scattered on the floor, the many pieces of paper scattered on the floor gave the air of a snowy landscape. Only it didn't smell so disgustingly. Next to the bed, a pile of empty plastic boxes is piled up. A swarm of flies is buzzing around it. One wall is paved with newspapers, clippings, notes, and photos. Whoever lives here is spared no effort. Complex web of places, names, and events. Colorful threads connect almost all the pinned notes. Are you staring at the life's work of conspiracy theorists? Roll through the room, opening drawers here and there. All the cupboards are empty. Pieces of clothing lie scattered on the floor. At first, you're not quite sure if they belong to a man or a woman. Shirts are plain, but it means tight fit. Then you discover a bra. Grab one of the many pieces of paper lying around the sideboard. Carefully, you unfold the scrunched up papers. The piece doesn't rip. You'll read the writing. A Polaroid picture falls out. It must have been attached to your pages. Pick it up. Not really sure what you were expecting, but you weren't expecting that. It's Tabitha Marsh. Not simply Tabitha Marsh. The exact same photo you have in your possession. Hastily, you fish it out of your coat pocket. Place the two pictures next to one another, and indeed, both pictures are identical. How is that even possible with a Polaroid picture? Back of the photo, Dahlia's address has been noted down in handwriting. Whoever drove that van must also have been Tabitha, worthless predecessor. Private investigator who was thrown in the towel, almost forgot about the piece out of the papers the Polaroid had fallen, recognized the handwriting. Name noted down the address. Thanks for an incredible night. Must repeat it. Handwriting. On the bed, your eyes still on the instant, lying around in the corner of your subconscious all day, mostly hungover, but wide awake now. Dahlia hired this detective before you, only have been a few days ago. Tabitha must have been missing only for a day or two. Other flirts with the first investigators. She made eyes at you too, your subconscious tells you. Obviously, you didn't make as good an impression on your predecessor. Open the door and announce yourself loudly. Lucky. Hard to say what would have happened. Would have been more awkward to acknowledge your presence, better mess all around. Flip the light switch, guided only by the shine of the flickering light bulb. You step into the bathroom. The air is cold and wet. The bathtub is filled to the brim with water. Cosmetic products scattered all over the ceiling. Doesn't look like anyone actually took a bath though. The water is clean and clear. A bottle of shampoo and shower gel ready and cooled next to the bathtub. Their caps are still shut though. Your hand under the water, ice cold. Take up your boxes with first indication. Now there's no doubt in your mind. Whoever stayed here, lived here, had to leave the room very quickly. Lots of cosmetic products scattered around the sink. There are definitely more than you brought with you. Someone was expecting to stick around longer. There's so much to do and time is running out for you. Leave the bathroom and wonder photos of well-known buildings have been pasted onto the map. Skull and crossbones scribbled over the area you recognize. Sounds strange. First smile. More skulls have been scribbled on the apartment building at intermittent intervals. Harbor area where the village church is located. Word bolts. Lighthouse has been circled vigorously with a black paint. 2 exclamation marks have been scratched into the map right next to it. Gaze wanders across the map and the photos that have been pinned all over the map and the surrounding wallpaper. Your stomach cramps up when you suddenly see Dahlia Marsh's face somehow look down. Annoyingly, the text is would like to know why her picture is in the newspaper. Looks like the corresponding newspaper has already been discarded. No other use for it. Trash. Damn it. Truly irresponsible. These people, no one ever can. They're paranoia balls. Enough, you've seen plenty. Deliberately careful steps you maneuver the obstacle course of bits of paper, clothes, and scrunched up aluminum balls. Leave the room. Pocket the key. You can always have a think later about what you're going to do. More confusing turns, giant mirrors, you reach one. Finally. Of course, the door resists being opened. Jerk the key back and forth in the lock until a satisfying click sound. Soothing warmth hits you into the room. Immediately, the synapses in your brain switch into energy-saving mode. Cats are going crazy. Soothing warmth ushers you into the room. Immediately, the synapses in your brain switch into energy-saving. The trip to Innsmouth has probably taken more out of you, more than you thought you had thought. Don't even notice the rest of the room. Out of the bed makes you yearn for a little shut-eye. That's right, you're supposed to do something else. The little girl needs to word for it, needs to pay your bank account. Only when you march to the closet that you realize you have nothing to unpack. After your briefcase mysteriously disappeared, all you have left is the very basic scrub toothbrush, travel bottles, various care products left in your coat pockets and brush. Go into the bathroom, position your treasures around the sink. A handful of ice cold water is enough to refresh you. Good thing you didn't go straight to bed. Who knows? You might never have woken up a little more refreshed in the bathroom to survey your time. The place is furnished only with bare necessity. The bed is flanked by a chest of drawers. In the window, there is a desk with curved ornaments to the bathroom door. Huge, massive, dark wardrobe. All the way up. Billowing floral wallpaper is slowly detaching itself from the walls. On the wall, you can see a range of paintings in a cleverly decorated frame. For a day out investigating, you have no desire to return to this stuffy room tonight. At least to open a window to let some fresh air into the room. The lock is something crank. Turn around aimlessly for a while until you understand how the mechanism. Not been equipped with a television, left with part entertainment. First picture shows a ship in copy C. The motif looks familiar but pretty. Pressing fight of a small ship against the huge forces of nature. Half hidden in the background, a small spot of light. Squint, walk up even closer. Take out a lighthouse. Some elements of the town are visible. This be Innsmouth. Next picture, immediately volunteer. Looking at a grouchy, weather-beaten man, the embodiment of a sailor, with captain's cap, with a gray beard and a thick black collar. The painter of this work opted for a frontal perspective rather than a more advantageous side angle. Head slightly raised, the man's piercing gaze fixed something far distant. A small spark of light drowns in his sinister eye. Odd choice for the hotel room decor. Third and last picture hangs on the adjacent wall, and an idyllic view of the beach on a quiet day. A pair of lovers with their backs turned. Wearing a white shirt, she's wearing a yellow dress. Both of them are in an embrace on the sand dune. Fills you with a profound sense of calm. Reasonably refreshed again, ready to face the town, armed only with your wallet, your mobile phone, and a photo of a young girl. Step out into the corridor and lock the door. Turn right at the first fork, then left again, right. Anxious to get out, you suddenly find yourself at a dead end. Trying a few other left-right combinations. Finally find the golden sign on the brick wall, on a wall. Shows you the way to the stairs. Walk down the circling stairs, you look at the reception on the first floor. Eerie, almost mechanical smile of the concierge. As if he has nothing better to do. Watching at every move. Drive downstairs and you decide to directly to the exit. Discussing details of your accommodation seems like a waste of time to you. quick steps, you hurry out of the building, fulfill the eyes of the concierge. Go and look for Tabitha. Innsmouth Town Square, beating heart of the city, big attraction for local tourism, is animated by groups of visitors who are chatting away in the sun. A lot less animated are the lethargic locals who are lurching about the square, rather creepy-looking fountains in the middle of the square. Right back.
He's just standing there, menacingly. He's just standing there, menacingly.
All right. Back to the reading. Innsmouth Town Square, the beating heart of the city. Big attraction for local tourism, it is animated by groups of visitors who are chatting away in the sun. A lot less animated are the lethargic locals who are lurching about the square, a rather creepy-looking fountain in the middle. Gigantic fish-like stone statue stretches its claws towards the sky, water flowing out of its menacing jaw. We've established this. The water sprays into the air, providing breeze for us sitting around the edge of the fountain. At it closely now, it all rather looks like a giant, drooling fish monster. We are surrounded by handsome old buildings, although the side streets are built with crumbling facades, just far enough away that the average tourist doesn't notice them immediately. Also notice the mean grimaces of gargoyles sternly looking down onto the visitors from the corners of their buildings. Make a mental note to block out the architecture in the future. First glance, you can see the town hall and a police station behind the fountain. There should be a few more public facilities nearby, but you don't notice anything right away. You decide to relaxed vibe here. You decide to go over to the tourists. There's lots of space on the edge of the fountain, which people use. Stretching their legs, eating their packed lunch, studying maps of the town. Perfect place to go and relax. Push to other tourists. Finally, some normal people. Compared to the gray, sometimes even sinister-looking residents, isolated tourist group stands out like a beacon of light in the darkness. Of the Innsmouth residents amble around in the middle of the square. Some lurk indecisively in the shadow of the narrow alleys, and begin to cast stealthy glances at the tourists and at you. Trying to take shelter from the ominous glances, rush over to the lively tour. Sit yourself down next to a family who has an animated chat, lots of eating their lunch from Tupperware and unwrapped snacks from aluminum foil. Once you feel a little more secure. The family is spread out around the fountain. The young son in the dirty t-shirt is wedged worriedly tight. Mother and father on the edge of the basin. The daughter is probably going through some critical phase of it's visibly discontent on the brick floor as if nobody in the history of mankind ever suffered as much as she is right now, very moment. Talk to them, why not? Decide to improve the family's holiday time by gifting them with your presents. First impression counts. You need to decide which rhetoric pizzazz you're going to dazzle. Classic. According to your estimations, the parents are conservative. Right. Maybe that'll help me not look quite so washed out and pale. Alright. The parents grunt happily while still chewing on their potato salad. Their son gives you a bored look and apparently decides you're not worth his surplus ADHD energy. Parents keep wolfing down the potato salad while the kids have some very precise plans on how they want to spend the rest of the day. Somewhere back there, the boy enthusiastically articulates toward the dark alleyways. That's where the shopping street is, and at the end of it are the telegames. Dad interrupts his meal. I didn't drive 500 miles so you can play video games again. Mother puts down her plastic plate and starts to her eyes wide as if in shock. Question. Family gives off the impression as if they've been exploring the place for a while. Excuse me, looking for this girl. The parents show them the Polaroid of Tabitha. Did she get into trouble? Oh no, poor thing. This rock music. No, I don't think so. Evidently, these two won't be able to help you. Not to give them more reason to speculate, photo back in your pocket. Shall we? Words, the parents start packing up their Tupperware and get up from the edge of the fountain. You don't have to look. You know the children are rolling their eyes. Off to the beach. Vamos a la playa. In a chipper mood, the parents wave at you as they maneuver their children into the dark alleyway. Okay, enough time wasted. Where are you headed now? Station. You enter the precinct and find yourself a small foyer. The counter separates visitors from the actual office of the police officers on duty. Standard practice, observed even in a cranky little town like Innsmouth. A chilly, not particularly inviting old building with only a single narrow window on the northernmost wall. Rooms bathed in a yellowish light, rather a warming glow, much more like warm sick. Yellowed wallpaper is about to come loose from the walls, probably a process that's been ongoing for years. Charging my wife's phone. Colored wallpaper is about to come loose from the walls, probably a process that's been ongoing for years, the exciting finale of which you can witness today. Almost every one of the poisonous green tiles on the floor has cracks and other small damage. The policeman is on the reception desk. He looks at you, dull eyes. The police station gives off the same lethargic vibe you've come to expect from it by now. Who knows? Maybe they can help you anyway. Okay, get down to the life. Little girl is in danger. Wooden floorboards creak under your shoes as you approach the top. Down sound like moaning of an audience somewhere in the distance, commenting on a display of epic stupidity. Cop on duty has been watching you intently ever since he clears his throat before talking. Do you want to file a missing person report? That's why I'm here. Answers. You're a little startled. How does he know this? Can he read your mind? Perhaps. No, he should quit his job and make a lot of dough playing blackjack in Vegas. Cop rummages around for a notepad and pen. Cop looks askance at the board with all the missing people reports, and incredibly slowly his eyes find yours again. I'm a good judge of character. Oh, please let me know all the details. The cop interrupts in a monotonous, bored voice, his eyes trained on his notepad. Then we can start pursuing the case. So, about Tabitha Marsh. About it, I wonder if a missing persons report has already been filed. Please let me know about any news in the case. Cop frowns. Tabitha? Nope, never heard of that name before. What? Are you sure? Her mother hired me to find her. Why would she first go to a PI in a different town before alerting the police? All of a sudden, the eyes of the cop grow large, out of his chair. Hold on, I'm going to ask my colleague. You have a key or something to check this sort of thing, or a filing cabinet? Cuts, the man murmurs without looking at you. Disappears through the back door for a moment to the back office. Doesn't really seem like anyone is truly working in there. Lots more tired figures looking at you, somewhat bored until the door clicks shut again. People discussing something agitatedly in the office. Quiet to make out what they're saying. Cop returns shortly after. My mistake. You're correct. There's already a filed report. We'll be in touch with you. Cop clasps his hands and puts on a fake smile. Okay. You want to take my phone number? Dig your mobile out of your pocket. Remembering your own phone number has long been on your list of things to get round to. Bags. Still no reception. Might be the building causing it. I'm afraid I don't have reception. Cop leans back and gives you a cold smile. No problem. We'll find you. Oh, great. Sense danger. Leave now or you're going to regret it. Sometimes in life there are these special moments. For example, when you're about to drop a plate or that moment when you trip over a root while jogging. You only have seconds to correct the error, catch the plate, or to find your running rhythm again, or to leave the police station. It tells you that you're wasting your time here. Say goodbye quickly. Stern watch of the cop on duty station. Step outside, you start wondering whether you had seen the guy's eyes blink at all. Oh well, not that important. Police station. When the heavy door snaps shut behind you, you exhale, without noticing, holding your breath ever since turning your back toward the little wooden desk. Something off about that cop. It didn't take an online detective course to figure that out. Of the harbor. Innsmouth Harbor is signposted much better than the local hospital. I wonder if a hospital is even needed here. A half-hour walk, mile-long carpet of cobblestones is now ahead of you. Traffic in Boston is more hectic, but they've heard of asphalt. Walking, there are fewer and fewer residential buildings on the path. Instead, there are now warehouses. Must be fish markets for the smell. You can also hear the occasional metallic clanking in nearby workshops. People in gray raincoats are walking to probably fishermen, have some errands to run. Now and again, in that split second, when you pass one another, catch a glimpse of the faces hidden under the hoods. Puffy eyes that look at you suspiciously. Although there are a few clouds in the sky, there's no chance of rain, as far as you can tell. Why are they all wrapped up like that? I wonder if they have a sixth sense for approaching storms. The sound of the rhythmic blows of a hammer nearby tears you away from your thoughts. It would be interesting to watch them work in a shipyard, but little Tabitha is unlikely to be here to play. From a distance, you can already see the masts of the boats rise up into the sky like a row of speakers. Walk along a small street away with a harbor basin. view of the harbor is splendid. Boats of all shapes and sizes are coming and going. Nets are being emptied out. Fish seemingly splashing in huge freezer boxes. Local trades are being sealed with handshakes, and at the end of the wide headland, a huge lighthouse watches majestically over the bay. The ideal postcard motif of burnt people. You only know fishermen from the movies. You have to admit that you have certain prejudices. These include they have weather-beaten skin, and the captains always have well-groomed beards. They're either strong, silent types or hard-drinking lads who sing filthy sea shanties. These creatures in front of you are neither majestic nor leery. They move around more like tragic hunchbacks you'd expect to see in French cathedrals. A few yards to the right, there's a fork in the road and a road sign pointing further north. The inscription reads, Paradise Meet. Far distance, you see a building that looks like a church. Hang on, a church? On the coast? How eccentric. Go to the beach. Beach. The screeching of seagulls and endless white, okay, fine. Gray beach. Sound of the waves. Clean, eventually clean water. The algae are way too dense to really tell. Walk on the sand and move a little closer to the waterline. You might discover them. Though the sea is not stormy and the tide is low, not really a touristy place. Everything is simply too gray. Vacation for a real vacation. Yes. More paper umbrellas, bits of fruit, straws, the better. Rub your hands. Hardly wait to blissfully collapse into a hammock. Drink in your hand. Going for that. Lost in thought, keep wandering over the dunes. Notice how all the colors of the sea are followed up by the strange light conditions. Hold your hand up in front of your face. Your skin looks gray and matte. Still, relax. Murmur of the sea. Feel a deep sense of longing within you. A serene sense of peace. Feel the techno starts. A monotonous beat. The sound seems to come directly from the beach bar a few hundred yards off in the distance. It appears to be surrounded by about a dozen people. In the changing weather, it's perhaps no surprise. What else is one supposed to do on this beach apart from drink cheap cocktails and dance to bad music? Something strange grabs your attention. A kind of cage depending on the shallow water. Perhaps 12 feet wide and deep. The cries of the seagulls are increasingly drowned out by the early 90s techno beats. One note, all some people enjoy themselves. One note is an endless loop. The owner of the beach bar is taking great pains to make up some of Innsmouth's deficit. The bar is made from wooden planks and features a nice countertop and an exotic canopy made from palm trees. Admittedly, the palm trees are no longer green. They're gray and dried out, just as if a demon had sucked the life force out of them. Easy to imagine that all this must have looked quite pretty once. The bar is flanked by wooden bar stools and away toward the ocean, those deck chairs put up so that you can get drunk while lying down. In the distance, the bar looked busy. Now, as you arrive, you realize that the party is already over, if it ever did take place. A dozen people hang out here. A few surfer dudes stagger about like zombies. Some carry empty cocktail glasses and yell, "Party!" and woohoo! Enthusiastic. Precisely this kind of thing. The guy with long hair and sunglasses nods his head in time to the techno beat, taps along on the bar counter with his flat hand. No bar staff in sight. One of the tourist families you spotted on the way here, spread out on the deck chairs, evidently trying to keep away from the party. Look around. Sit at the bar. Follow an instinct and sit down at the bar. This place reminds you of your favorite bar in Boston. Only that here sand on the ground instead of vomit. Some hippie is poking at the slushy fruit that remains in his cocktail glass with a straw. He nods over to you and sits down. Clearly not his first drink. Where's the bartender? Stops poking the fruit in his glass around, pushes his bandana into place. No, things are really happening. He took off about an hour ago. Since then, no booze. Sighs. The kind of sigh that you might hear from a war veteran. I would simply leave a busy beach bar with an unattended supply of alcohol. Not right. Can't hurt. Just rest for a moment. It means you'll be able to resume your mission full of energy. Whatever. Most of the chairs are free. All offer excellent tea and you see the cloudy horizon. Of course, you're going somewhere more private. I don't know. The deck chair that's furthest away from the beach bar and its visitor. You're not alone. Family you've already noticed. Chatting parents, constantly eating their chronically bad-tempered children, who are hard to miss with their loud chatter and tasteless tourist outfit. Settle down on the deck chairs, sipping on some soft drinks. Too shabby. Dark clouds drawing together on the horizon worry you a little. They're far away enough for you to simply enjoy this moment. Technically, you've been near a beach the whole time, but you couldn't really switch off. There was a haunting sense of danger, a feeling of paranoia that you simply couldn't shake off. Luckily, paranoia is now gone. Cool sea breeze caresses your face as you tune out of the other tourists' annoying conversations. Listen to the murmur of the waves. Regular to and fro of the sea has a soothing effect on you. Your eyes fall shut. Cold, you're freezing, which is annoying because you had settled down quite comfortably on one of the deck chairs. I swear you'd noticed a shadow while half asleep. There was a figure who tried to grab you and carry you away. Not all a dream? Chilly wind blows on your face. Oh, damn it. This case is going to be the death of you. Simply lie there as if dead. Your attempts to return to a more comfortable position are punished by a stabbing pain in your behind. Some bit of the chair is digging into you. Probably a cheap model. Damn tight asses. Mutter weakly. Push yourself into an upright position. The sun has now set, and all other holiday makers have gone. Instead of freezing their asses off, they're probably sitting in a warm hotel by now. The moon illuminates the waves shimmered, fragrant glow. Green. Fascinating. Stretch your tense neck when you notice some lights off in the distance. The night has fallen. Half a minute. Seems to get chillier. The lights appear to be moving and are leading away from the town. You wonder whether you should take a closer look at the spectacle or go to your warm hotel. The day is almost over anyway, and maybe you can at least manage to figure out what the lights and distance are all about. You trudge through the sand, and you notice the lights you were heading toward are moving. They do not stand still, but twitch back and forth. Hang on a moment. You're on a beach. It's night. Weird blinking lights. This is clearly a sex cult. These perverts have no respect for anything. The nudist zone must be further along the beach, and now they're getting started. Somebody ought to tell them off. Buddy. Like you. Time has come. You decide to approach them. In the name of public decency, of course. Not for any other reasons. For non-sex cult reasons, related reasons. You check the fit of your underwear before walking up to them. You've arrived. Somewhat indecisively, you stand on a sand dune and take in the spectacle. There are 20, maybe 30 people who have gathered here on the beach, close to the waves. You see that they are naked under the rags and nets they are wearing on their bodies. They are performing a sensual and seemingly uncontrolled dance while waving glow sticks in the air. The masks that people are wearing seem familiar from film and television. Distorted faces with angry mouths, ugly goggle eyes. Reminds you a little of voodoo. Here on the coast of New England, you're not quite sure anymore whether you are at a rave party or actually an exotic fertility ritual. Acoustics are bad. instead of the clear techno beat. Here, rely on singing. Do with rehearsing though. Rhythm, the people chanting, praying. Yeah, yeah. Cthulhu. Uh, Take part. Whole point of holidays is doing crazy things you normally wouldn't. Besides, nobody here knows. Sneak up to the group of dancers and attempt to seamlessly blend into the chaotic spectacle. You're lucky. In the midst of the rags that most people are wearing, your detective outfit doesn't particularly stand out. Just another freak among many. You get swept up in the ecstasy of the dance. Your thighs tremble and your arms wriggle about. You throw back your head and join the loud chanting. Yeah, yeah, Sully frogs enthusiastically imitate the chant. Two glow sticks have been dropped during the dance and lie abandoned in the sand. You bend down to pick one of them up. You realize they're not disposable glow sticks at all. They're algae. They're glowing algae, dancing cheerfully. Past the bizarre masks with swollen eyes, which up close look much more threatening. It's scary. In the distance, this horror part of the show would have completely escaped you. Party seems to be shifting on to the next phase. Dancers have now stopped their ecstatic movement and stand with their outstretched arms facing the ocean. Silence, complete silence. Apart from the monotonous murmur of the waves, then you pick out another sound, strange hissing. Another group of amateur actors joins the dancers. They come straight out of the water and wear costumes more suitable for Halloween than a rave party. Greenish scales cover their costumes, as in professional makeup. Scaly skin costumes look super real, muscular, clumsy, and much too long arms instead of lifelike claws. Heads are a mixture of a dumb-looking fish and a deadly grizzly. Whoever came up with this mask seriously needs to see a therapist. When the first masked creature reaches the group of dancers, you realize that these guys must have seriously trained for this gig. All of them have bodies you can only get through years of hard physical training and guzzling down loads of steroids. They're also stark naked. Tilt your head involuntarily. Bodies are quite difficult to replicate, even with paper mache or plastic mold. You know this from your own Halloween craft endeavors. Even more difficult to make these things move and react authentically. It takes a lot of willpower to tear your eyes away from this night. The dance group seems to welcome the newcomers warmly. They mingle. Costume giants know exactly with whom they want to spend the evening. It does not take long, and every party guest is paired up with one of the fish creatures. Stand a little off to the side and watch them. They explore each other's bodies, then start to, whoa, okay, this party is definitely X-rated. Brave choice for a tourist entertainment program. While you're still grasping for air indignantly, the couples are already rolling in the sand, groaning with pleasure. But one of the costume giants has not yet found a partner. His milky eyes fall on you. Uh-oh. He stalks over to you on his long legs. With one of his claws, he points at you, then at himself. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Thank you. Oh, why the hell not? Get over here. Oh, why the hell not? Get over here, you say, and open your arms. What follows is private, definitely not R-rated. They're fascinated, no, thrilled with the fish mutant costumes. Things you like best are... Not only does it have very useful universal parts, the costume also feels pleasantly warm to the touch. The stranger tries different things until you find something you both like. Admittedly, it is already quite dark. The whole thing is running smoothly. I contentedly and feel understood. Why did you come to Innsmouth again? That was wild. When the deed is done, you lie on the cool sand in your partner's enveloping embrace. All around you, the other couples do the same. Together, you look up at the green hue of the starry sky. No words are needed. The man in the fish costume only makes hissing and bleeding sounds, but you have a deeper connection. Rare, you feel at ease, maybe for the first time in your life. Time flies much too fast. The rave party is over. Most of the dancers start walking back toward the harbor on shaky legs. So your parting is near too. You try to give him your phone number, but he plays dumb. Calls and shuffles toward the ocean. Someone with whom you can live your animal instinct. The person tries to learn to see. You watch Phileas' head disappears between the waves. You're not 100% sure if you use this day to the fullest, considering the reason you actually came here. Neither are you sure who the guy and his friends were, why they showed up in costume, as well as some other things. Also remain unclear with why you pat the sand off of your clothes and makes your way to the hotel. The thing that happened. Town, line of sun during today, blah blah blah. Way here, you distinctly felt as if someone or something was following you. Where there were shadows, only visible for a fraction of a second whenever you enter an alley. Leading shadows, still lurking somewhere in the dark. You feel it in your gut. You'll soon be safe. The growing paranoia, the constant glances over your shoulder. Soon, about all that. Grabbing a bottle of Jack is the only movement required once you're in your hotel room. Parking lot in front of your hotel is completely empty. Have all the guests left? Have a peak tourist season. Fortunately, the entry gate is not locked. In fact, everything seems just as it did this afternoon when you left the hotel. Not a soul around. Chandeliers light your way into the foyer, and the billboards welcome you. As you enter the foyer, you can hardly believe your eyes. Who was waiting for you at the reception? None other than Cornelius Gilman III. There, he is exactly the same pose in which you left him. Stands motionless at the reception desk. Bypass him. Walk up the stairs to your floor, then you stroll along the long corridor until you reach the fork with the reflective mirror. Briefly consider your appearance. You look gorgeous. Sierra really agrees with you. Noble paleness on your cheeks, alert eyes, and your hairline high above your intellectual looking forehead. Good day. Venture deeper into the bizarre labyrinth. On the floor, you only get lost once on the way. Quietly open the door and enter. Oh well, it's barely necessary to switch on the light. You walk towards one of the windows and look out at the starry sky. A strangely green glowing moon illuminates your room like light. The whole room is plunged in pure glow. Fortunately, there are no window blinds to block out the light. That's great. Freshen up. Fresh armpits you distinguish humans from animals. Bathroom under the flickering ceiling light has probably never been replaced. Brush your teeth. There. Put the toothbrush aside, your hands close around. Wash your face and slowly lean toward the mirror. Glaring lights. Back and flattering. You always had those round pop eyes. Your nose always been that sunken in. Really do something with bulging wrinkles on your jaw and neck. Facelift. You call those Hollywood stars that tragically find themselves on the wrong side of 25. Self gives you the creeps. It was thoroughly exhausting. You just want it to be over. Mirror and cool bathroom lighting to tell you that you look awful. Quickly brush your teeth and give yourself a quick wash. Ease away from home jobs. Realize how far away home from your home, dirty apartment, even dirtier office. Now that you're finally ready for bed, your body feels as heavy as lead, and in the middle of the warm, stuffy air gives you a pleasantly tired feeling. Safe here. There might be incestuous maniacs out there on the streets, but here you are, safe. Drop on the bed like someone who has no intention of ever getting up again. Transition fluidly into your dream. Only just closed your eyes and you're already somewhere else. Suddenly, your worries are very different. Running in a desolate gray maze of winding alleys, you hear the cheerful laughter of a small child. Only you can catch up, save the child, and take them home safely. Turn down the path, turn around the corner, then around another alleyway. Then the alleyway stretches out in front of you. There's no person to be seen anywhere. What was that? Is that a shadow at the corner of the street right there? Silhouette of a figure. Realize that someone is following you. The figure in the distance has already disappeared around the next corner. Maybe you can catch up with it. The alleys wind down and away. Wherever you move, you never arrive in the place you expect. Feels as if slowly but surely you're walking right into the jaws of a massive monster. All of a sudden, the walls close in on you. The path becomes so narrow that you have to walk sideways in order to get through. Whatever is behind you is getting closer. Not much time left. You step backwards. The buildings of the strangely narrow alley extend high up into the sky. Innsmouth didn't have buildings that high, did it? No windows for you to climb in. The door you can knock on. There's still something behind you. No point in following this endless labyrinth forever. Bated breath, you turn around and look down the street you came from in order to face whatever is before. No matter how hard you try, your eyes refuse to look directly at it. Tentacled meatball right in front of you. Small outgrowth, much larger but also shapeless and impossible creature is following you. Begin to prepare. Look at it directly. It wasn't so bad after all, you thought, when you opened your eyes. Panting, you wake up. Panic movement. Throw the blanket off the bed. What a nightmare. It's over now. The room is still plunged in greenish light until the middle of the night. Out of the question. Window, even from distance, the light from the moon blinds you. Stately houses across the hotel, wildly growing hedges, sidewalk, mob armed with torches looking up at your room, but staring up at you. Hard to tell who these hooded people are without wanting to prejudice. Soon their good intentions. Some of the figures point with their torches to the higher floor. Then they limp toward the hotel entrance. Wonder if the 9 people are missing. Get the door. I won't come into your room at this time of night. You're a good girl. Okay? Blockade should buy you some time. It's almost as if not losing much time. Pile up cupboards, wedge them together. One slips the key in the lock to your room from the outside. Your inside allows a possibility of strangers back system. Your grudge against Mr. Gilman dissipates. No other words. Doorknob jerks. Someone pushes against the door. Stopped by your furniture barricade. As far as the strangers get. Finally, the angry voice outside speaks up. Okay, does anybody here not have mutated hands? Silence. Hold on. Listen. All you hear is the beating of your own heart. Damn it, crowds the stranger. Start to complain and accuse each other. Up and down, but eventually move away from your room. It sounds as if doors to other rooms are being opened. Slowly, you sink down to the carpet. You didn't notice it before. Bathed in sweat. No longer hear footsteps or shouts from the outside. Stagger back to your bed. Though you are not 100% sure whether you are safe, sleep tempts you. After midnight, your eyes are tired. Is this the only horde of armed lunatics on the road? And the rest of the night, comfortably cuddled in. Bed is too warm and comfy, but unimportant things is staying alive. Snuggling back into it. Think about your decision. Hurry into the blanket. Lay your head on the pillow. Night. Deep, dreamless sleep. It's dawn. The haze. You walk into the bathroom, change. Face in the mirror above the sink looks like it's aged puppy. Corridors, then down the stairs to the foyer. You get the key. I hope you had a pleasant night in our hotel. Very nice. I'll bring back the key. Be so kind as to fill out our questionnaire. Smile. You choose paper. At this point, start filling truthfully, apart from the current personal details. Recommend the Gilman Hotel to your friends. How satisfied were you with the service? There's always a contact person available for you. So we're some pilot. The nerve of this. Love to ask Mr. Gilman questions about everything that went on last night, but I think he prefers to sleep. advises you to get out of here while you can. None of the holiday makers that you met around town yesterday are anywhere to be seen. Way back. Bus leaving Innsmouth, Boston, is already waiting. Seems to be just waiting for you and a handful of just figured village. Not a single tourist among the travelers. They're probably much smarter than you and all arrive by car. The old bus starts to move. Stop thinking. Later, a moonlight scene blinds to the car. And try to calm her. Safe for at home. Managed to put it in her ski. Happy all the lies. Escaped. All of Innsmouth. Bad feeling. Boston. I failed. Alright. My tooth is giving me issues, so I think I'm gonna wrap this first part up. I will try it again. Try to replay and make different choices the next time I stream it. But, I'm gonna be keeping this posted up on YouTube, be on Twitch. I thank everybody for hanging out.